see, it's the Streb boys behind the wheel in merry old England. So we'll see ya. Oh, I think I ruined the whole thing.
You ruined the whole thing? Heck off, dude.
Stop. Well, so this proves in merry old England that I'm teaching those Streb twins how to drive. Now, which one do you think is behind the wheel? Is it Dan or is it Dave? Oh, it looks like Dan. So Dan, what do you think of driving in England?
Now you people get on the right side of the street where you belong, right now.
All right. So there he is. Okay, he's leaving. Bye. Bye. See ya. Oh no, there they go. Here's a funny looking one. Where'd they go? They still haven't come back yet. Okay, well, I'll give you a little tour. So, this is the front house, this is the front gate. It's called Oakfield, obviously. Alright. So I'll do a nice little pan here. Kind of get a sense of what the old manor's like. Alright. Oh, there they come. So that's pretty much it. Alright, well, I think I see them. Woohoo! Well, they're finally back.
I'm from this side.
All right.
It's flashing, so something's working.
Something's happening.
Hi.
Whose is it? Ray.
Now, where are we meeting?
Ray gave it to
Well, I
Kathy.
guess we're meeting here.
Oh, well, let's go. You
Okay.
got
Go.
Well, hurry up.
So we're meeting back here.
This is going to be some real boring footage. This is going to be some priceless footage. Door standing open. That's a Streb family. This is a typical parking lot, apparently. Man. Staring at the babes in swimsuits.
See that? We're talking about freaking rock. See that? Incredible. Big weight room and workout machines, and there's a big indoor gymnasium where you can play soccer, and there's a major swimming pool and little bubble pools, they call them, instead of hot tubs. Beautiful facility, and it's free to come to borough residents.
My.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Socialism is what it is, and I don't care for it.
What the hell's that strange looking little bird?
Yeah, we have a Daihatsu dealer.
What is
That's
that?
the one I was talking about yesterday.
That looks like a Kia, doesn't it?
Oh, this is a Ford.
It's put in 60p. Here's 50. You guys?
What are these things?
I put in 30. Depends on how long.
Do they take pennies?
How long is Kathy gonna be?
Who knows? Hours.
60p. Those are 20s. So 3 of those.
40. What are these?
That's 1.
Oh, I don't want that.
60. And those are 50. And those are 10. These are 10.
What are 10s?
So that's 60. And you have 60 in your hand.
Okay, wait, so I can put this back and take this, and I need one more of those. Are there nickels or anything? Are there
What do you
five?
mean?
What's this?
And
That's
this is
the
how
dime.
it's been the
That's 10.
whole day.
20, 40, 50, 60.
I'm not very good at this. These are coins or coins. What's wrong with socialism?
There's some aspects that are just fine, thank you.
What do you get, 2 of them?
Yeah, one of them is you can get your money back if you spend money.
How do you get your money back? Look.
If you spend money, you get money.
So what you do is, this is your refund ticket, so you split them in half. You take this, and you peel it back,
Shove it.
and you stick it like this.
Yeah.
And you go back, and you
And
stick
fix it
that to
to
the
the
inside of
windscreen.
the windscreen.
Okay.
What's a windscreen?
What's
And there's
this for?
the key.
And what's this for?
That's in case you go into the, let's go into the, we have
Oh,
like
you
the
get your
sit-
ticket stamped?
The Super Bowl.
Let's go into the Super Bowl.
That way we can really ditch Kathy.
Let's go into Super Bowl.
Oh, awesome footage.
I wonder what's Crystal Bay?
I don't know. I'd be afraid to find out, though. I don't want to get on the transporter.
price
It's a
tag.
huge thing, yeah. And the guy beside me was buying beer. Miller beer.
Where are you at?
Miller's?
Look all over this mango.
Oh, I know, I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe it. Just all these people, massive at the
Why
checkout.
did you go there?
And they're going,
Did you get filmed?
yes.
Like real slow, you mean?
And then you're bagging your own, so people bag their own, put them all in at this slow pace, pick it up, put it in the basket, bag it. The checker is sitting there waiting. She's bagging it up, put it in the bag, bag it up, put it in the bag. And then she gets out her wallet and starts looking through things, and finally she hands the money back. After she gets it all bagged and in her basket. Instead of, stop and give the money.
Did you say, hey lady, can you speed it up a bit?
But they all seem to do it that way. There's no U.S.
Get excited. Don't get excited. Get excited.
We'll talk about it until we leave.
Jesus.
Don't want to believe it, do you?
Richard got in an
Hey,
accident.
not hit that. Who are you going to believe, me or your own eyes?
No, it's bumper.
Did I hit Dan?
Richard got in an accident.
Did I?
Not to my knowledge. We have witnesses. It's so funny. I tell you,
Wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
once you've been deposed, all of a sudden you start thinking very carefully about how you're going to answer questions like that.
What's this?
That's for the right to park where we parked.
Boy, is that dirty.
What?
Boy.
What's that?
Windshield.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the windscreen? Didn't know what you meant there for a second.
I'm not a citizen.
Isn't that weird, that truck thing?
You couldn't.
If Richard were getting next to it, maybe I could photo it. What the hell is it? It's a cool bottle. Fresh milk to your door.
Scratched up.
I'll find one.
Oh God!
Here's a used car lot right here, isn't it?
We'll find another one.
A new Passat.
Oh God!
That's a new Dobo. What the hell's that? What the hell's that white Volkswagen? Does it say Dobo?
Polo. That's a Polo.
There's a fine assortment of motor cars at the Windrush Motors
If we were that big, we could get out easily too.
in Maidenhead.
People are very considerate here. I might want to wait too long before somebody lets me in.
Nope.
I'll photograph them being rude, so that way they'll realize
Okay,
that they're being
on the right,
filmed and
okay.
let you in.
Still okay.
You're gonna have to pull a Worcester sleaze
Not
here.
so okay anymore.
What was that? What that lady say that the FBI equivalent?
What kind of car is that behind us?
An Alfa Romeo. Is this River Thames?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like much. Looks like
Look
Stadium
at that
Park.
Riviera Hotel. The Thames Riviera Hotel.
What's that? Is that about 20 £20 a night?
No,
think they need to scrub off their
kind
roof.
of it's a relic when you go inside.
Oh, you've been there? Done that?
We went in.
Yeah,
We're
this,
looking for a proper.
these windows
key.
are filthy. Jesus. Yeah, these windows are really.
We're
Do a
gonna
car
have to get our
wash.
proper key today.
There's
a car wash
right here
at
this Texaco. Yeah, we might want to take advantage. Well, we already have gas. What the freak is this freakness?
Where am I going?
Topadito, Italian restaurant. That's not what it. It does say that.
Tidal River. Tidal River.
What are the locks?
Oh, there's locks everywhere. They're just locks because all these canals.
Because people keep stealing shit. You gotta have locks.
Is it like locks like in Scotland, lock over? You know, like a lake? No, a lock is a boat lock. Here.
You're thinking of a dock.
Raises and lowers.
Raises and lowers the level of the water.
What, is there a canal around here?
Yeah, this is a canal.
I thought this was the
Well, I mean, there are canals that.
Please,
Well,
you know, it's pronounced Thames.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't appear ignorant.
All right. Look, I think we can park here.
Look at the coins and cards. What the hell is that?
Come on.
You can get a greeting card. Oh my God, I forgot my greeting card.
Bus stop. Somebody stay.
This is interesting. What is this? Parking area?
No, look.
What? This is a quaint little bird.
Art that's been passed on. Generation to generation.
So this is the fat duck?
This is the fat duck, the famous fat duck.
David.
Yeah.
The village of Bray. There.
Hi, I'm studying up on England.
You have to say where you're at.
I'm in Richard's house.
Is there a light on this thing? Does this have a light? Your camcorder.
Does it have a light? Well, no. Was the battery on?
Well,
What are we talking about?
so we're going to see the Indians game. We're driving into central London at midnight.
Woohoo!
Is that a good idea?
We'll let you know in about 5 hours if that's a good idea. Kathy, what do you think about that harebrained scheme?
I think you're too old. Oh, you're talking to.
I think what you need to do is go up and ask Deb what she thinks of it.
Well, we'll just be sure to lock the gate.
See if he wants to go with you.
I'm a little concerned because I don't feel too good. I have Indian fever.
Here's the house, what you can see of it. Look at this big kitchen. Isn't this interesting? Look at this interesting refrigerator filled with interesting foods. There's a compact reverse air sense-a-dry system. Whatever that is. Here's a couple of Bosch, a dishwasher and a, looks like a laundry detergent thing. They're like rinse and hold. That's where they do their laundry. What's up with that? Ooh, new Nestle Shreddies. This is cute. This is also awfully boring.
What did you say, Olivia?
See it.
You want to see this? What do you want to do with it?
I can see it.
You just want to see it?
Yeah.
There you are again. Are you happy this morning? Do you like Uncle Dan? Can you say hi, Uncle Dan? Where's Uncle Dan?
Up there.
He's outside. Why don't you go outside and see him?
Oh, the key.
Can you look?
Oh, the key. The key.
No, it's unlocked. Just open the door.
Oh, it's locked.
Come on, unlock it and pull.
It's already unlocked.
Over there There you go. Pull it open.
I'm cold in there.
You're cold. Pull open the door. Let's see Uncle Dan. Here's Uncle Dan. There he is. Hi, Uncle Dan.
Hi. It is wet out there. This is going to come and clean you. I can't get the mud out of the nooks and crannies. Hope you don't mind.
Cold.
Are you cleaning her shoes?
Yeah.
No, why would we mind?
You need like a toothbrush or something.
Yeah. Well, so as you can see, Debbie made us some delicious bacon for breakfast. Lest anyone think, or I should say streaky rashers for breakfast.
Oh, Mommy.
And who do we have here? Whoops! Where'd he go? Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you do?
Hey, come here. I'm going to show you something. Look at the size of this thing.
Using the bidet?
Look, this is broken.
Oh, I know. Yes, that is broken.
So if you don't fix it, it's going to snap on.
Yeah, well.
It's got to throw a little...
There's little Legos in those pink packs. There's little Legos in those pink packs.
Well, let me see what else is up there. Hold on. Is it fresh?
Hey, what do you think these all out? What do you think these all out?
That's the way
We got 3 boxes of Oreos, Mommy.
Yeah, I know. We'll step to next week.
Can I have one
Not for breakfast.
after?
You want some banana slices, Dan? No, kind of flush that out a bit.
Can I have one?
Our gourmet breakfast. Hey, what are we going to do today?
I think it's important that we start our day off right with a box of Kellogg's cornflakes.
We're going to Stonehenge.
Thank you. Well, she's light on camera. Man, these sports pages are like unlike any sports page I've ever seen.
Well, it's just the sports that are unlike their sports. I think the pages are
Right,
the
everything
same.
else is like identical. Yeah.
No, I mean the sport. The pages are the same.
That's what it is. It's a sport page because there's only one sport page.
No, there's rugby, there's football, and
Seems
there's
like it's all football.
cricket.
David reading the London Times.
And golf. There's a big golf
I know your
tournament
new
going
fashions
on.
here in Britain.
England's getting their... It's getting crushed
So,
by the U.S.
Really?
So it says...
Is there any Spice Girl news in the paper?
Oh yeah, there's a picture of Jerry Spice. And
Where's the
Charles.
front page? No. No.
You must have lost the front page already.
Oh, this must be crushingly boring.
All the new stuff.
This is in front of Richard's house. This is Proton Persona and Volvo. What a beautiful estate. Rare sunshine momentarily.
Would Michelle like this? She'd like to be.
Hey, it's like all out of it.
Oh, I see.
For me?
Dan, what are you doing?
I thought she hated me.
I'm trying to lick the chocolate out of my pants.
Flour mill demonstration Saturday.
Oh, that sounds worth stopping for. Ask that girl to come here. I got something to show her. Hey, baby, big enough for you? Look, I got pretty much all the chocolate licked out. Dana.
Hey, suck my pants.
Dana. What? Dude, that's not chocolate.
Oh, it bled through.
Ooh, that's not chocolate. Dave, I got some chocolate in the back of my underpants. Alright. Well, here we are in historic Winchester. Home of the Hey Diddle Griddle.
Alright, let's stop until we get to something.
Worth David.
Heart in hand. That's a bug.
We'll have to keep that in mind. Where's the heart in mouth? Used cars for sale. This is an interesting old town, isn't it? This wide-angle lens really brings it home.
King's Own, look, it's boarded up, you guys. It's all boarded up building. King's Own Club.
This is an old town. The East Winchester Social Club.
We can go there.
Yeah, this looks like Fitchburg. Only older.
Looks like Cleghorn. Look at that wall.
Old shit.
It's definitely.
Tear these down and build a mini one.
We should.
They did there, huh?
That probably was bombed in the war.
I don't think they bombed this area, did they?
Note how when Richard
Okay.
uses his turn signal, the wipers go on. Oh yeah, we're supposed to know what to do in these intersections.
Oh, here it is.
There's King Alfred
There's the
statue.
treehouse.
Is this the guy?
Yeah, where's parking?
Where's park?
It says right here. Turn right.
Look, right here on the left. Is that parking? No, that guy's just making it parking.
Oh yeah, there is right next to
parking
the,
right
there.
there.
It is, yeah.
Okay, big. Go right. Go all the way around.
God, there doesn't seem to be that many people here.
Oh man,
I thought you were going to get us standing there. And then zoom
I
in.
am. And come on, let's go to the bathroom, Dave. Where is he? Come on, look at this. This is a cool old bathroom, huh? Well, oh Jesus. Hey, you guys.
You're not spilling.
I gotta really,
I don't see any light blinking.
I gotta really go in here. Yeah.
This is what I think about your Royal Dalton.
So there it is.
Don't forget to
Yes,
get
sir,
this.
the fine
Don't
Royal
forget to get
Duty.
this archive. The Lucky Dip.
Yeah. Let's see, do they have Royal Duty sinks?
Product.
Oh.
What the world is that? Plumbing. What are those things hanging from
Maybe
the
they're
pipe?
pods.
Alien pods?
Alien pods.
Could
They're
be.
gonna burst forth little spider-like aliens.
Probably should be filming over here, huh? That is sharp.
awe-inspiring, isn't it? Obodiodo, 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 do-do-do. Deep.
You move too fast.
Mm-mm. Hey, can you read? Without a stone. Wait for me. Anything to report?
Wow, this is just so incredible. 1607. That house was, or hospital was.
That's a hospital?
Look how long.
Look at an Oxford. Don't care which way to go. Look at an Oxford. Jesus Christ. Why? A bookshop famous all over the world. What bookshop?
And so it goes.
Where the hell do we just go?
We've been walking for hours. We just can't find the cathedral.
Hey. Where? Right here? Maybe this is all...
Well, that's Winchester. That goes into Winchester Cathedral.
Oh. Look at the picture.
The old city wall. Does he have any clue where he is?
Absolutely not, but I...
Well, Mr. Tour Guide, do you have any clue as to where we are?
We're heading this way.
This way.
God, this is old, man.
God, I wish they'd shut those awful bells off.
That was Kingsgate, entrance to the old walled city, with Chapel of St. Swithin over the arch. Many of the houses in Kingsgate Street were given new facades in the 18th century.
C-180, Mercedes. Fiat Bravo. A Ford Fiesta.
Wait, don't take a picture. Now that woman's way. Did I tell you about the time I went up to the museum? Let's go! He was like gazing longingly at this Rembrandt painting. Arguably the world's greatest painting.
Should we go through these arches and explore further?
An exhibition of Greek pottery.
David said it's just more old shit and he hasn't drunk anything yet.
No, we can't miss this chance.
Are you serious?
It's beautiful. Let's just walk
The
in.
thing is, this is Christian culture. I want to see
Changed. Virtually unchanged for...
Let's find all of the ways it has changed. Look at the
500 years.
Look at the downspout.
Are we allowed in this courtyard?
Like 1910 or something.
Did we just burst past the guard? Oh yeah, we gotta
I
register.
stopped in and asked him.
Did you register?
He just, he said you can go have a look around. Look at the statue. What happened to that?
Kids,
It must be-
stuff happens.
They must be facing the sun or the wind.
They haven't been
They
restored.
are. Dun, 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 dun. I think we're not lost.
Let's go this way.
Look, they call it soccer.
We're desperately seeking Susan.
God, you can't even get the whole thing in the...
This is where we had 2 pints. I can. Oh, go ahead. That's part of the. That's part of the flavor.
I can't see.
What's the matter?
God, this is old shit.
The sun in my eye.
Hey, that place is there in that wall.
That's right. It does say that. Well, it has to be.
That looks cool, like 1833. On the side of that, let's see the brick, the different colored brick.
Say a few syllables.
Look, 30 feet west of this pier was the site of Eastgate, removed in 1768. I want to get a picture of Pizza Hut. Where we saw a Pizza Hut? Oh no, the Blockbuster video.
Mm-hmm. That's always worth getting a picture of. I just like to take pictures of cars. Lots and lots of cars. So we can have a walking tour with you at
No. I did tell you the garden was out there, didn't I?
Did you? Now the garden, then the restored. Where's the restored?
Yes, down the stairs there.
Oh,
So,
thank you. When they restored this, what did they do? Paint it?
It's probably just ruins, right?
the story on tape. Thank you very much.
What was it? It was a street scene similar to this.
It was a street scene very similar to this.
But it had like a central square.
Central square.
With all these planters and stuff. Real nice, like people, kids sitting on, teenagers sitting around and stuff. And I'm like,
needless to say, we
heaving
were
into the bush.
rushed.
You were
we
blowing
got home from the
chunks?
club rather late the night before. I'm sorry, rather late that morning. Like, what was that? There was daylight, remember?
And then we were kicked out of Rob's house.
Oh my God, and Randy and Rob had the biggest fight. And Richard and I, they kicked us out
loud.
and we're driving off in Rob's car down to, where were we at that Egyptian restaurant? God,
Why'd they get in a fight? Because he got home so late.
We got home so late, we were talking like going to the whorehouse. She thought we were like fucking.
I'm sure she heard the worst.
She probably thought the worst.
And I
Even
can't
though
say I've
none of
never-
us did
So
anything
angry, so we
of
had
the
to
sort.
leave. We had to leave well before we were capable.
God,
And we were
so
downtown.
proud. God, we
and
were
it
so
was
proud.
crowded.
Remember those guys started saying, the club.
You know,
Oh, well, we got to go home now. The bar is, oh no, the club. We all pile in this car. We found out later the incredible penalties for drunk driving in that country.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all just blitzed. And they talk us into driving them to the club, let's go to the club. We're all piled in the back and we go to this place. It was the weirdest place. Richard, you won a bunch of money on the way in,
I won a
remember?
bunch of money and a.
We're standing in line again and we all of a sudden see this little machine. Oh, look, a little like a lottery thing, right? Puts money in, all this money starts coming out. Honestly,
I won like 150 pounds in Amsterdam.
I think we walked too far.
We were shit-faced.
Didn't we?
But the best part
you?
was seeing David heaving in the square.
He was actually vomiting in a public
No,
facility.
in little plant. I went to the planters. I did it for it was, I wasn't great.
You were
for that.
somewhat discreet.
I was somewhat discreet.
Discreet as you could possibly.
So, God, I was hungover the next day. I mean, I was like, I was in such pain.
It was. Okay, you can stop now. Let me just carry water.
That's some famous motherfucker? I don't know. Might. That ain't from Roman times, though, is it? Unless they extensively rebuilt it. That's pretty cool, that one piece of the wall that they kept, huh? From when? From like
pretty cool
98.
Now explain this to me again.
I've lived there since 79. I'm not sorry. Are you enjoying yourself? Oh, very much. We got here.
Say something weird.
Beautiful sunny day. Look on top of the sky. Isn't life grand?
Not a cloud in the sky. What a lovely, quaint English cottage. That's where I'm sleeping, up there. Look at them digging out back. There's gonna be brand new homes. There's gonna be brand new homes next time I see this place, if I ever again see it.
Park on this when they make announcements on the train and no one can hear anything.
Dang.
Super fast like those other ones.
This is interesting English countryside. Views from the train through the eyes of the camcorder, do you think?
You're wasting your battery.
So I am. So I am. Antique store in Oxford. Here's a cute iron bed for sale. £7.95, all restored. What do we call that?
I can't remember the name of it. It was on that map, but it's the old. It was built in 1071. And it's the only surviving part of the original castle from 1071. That's something tower. And here's the mound right here to protect the tower. Built with forced Saxon labor.
Huh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You can walk back there and really get a sense for it, but I know it's too far for you to go. Is that on? You're shooting product? Maybe you should hit pause. That is something, isn't it? That's one old thing. It looks like it's under a story. Look at this thing. It's a flare line.
A Fiat Brava. Holy Toledo. Look, here's a Toledo Turismo. What is this? St. Mary the Virgin. That explains its rarity. Here's the Oxford traffic. Oxford pedestrian traffic.
Well, we're going from pub to pub, and we're not really concentrating on these starred sites.
Stone buildings. As if we haven't seen enough of these. Welcome to Oxford. Home of the antiquities. You've seen one, you've seen them all. I don't know. That sounds like an old English chainsaw.
Where's this guy?
I'd ask him.
Hey, excuse me. What's that? You know where we are in this map?
Oh, no, you're on this map, yeah.
Good. I can't figure it out.
You see this circle here?
Yeah.
The A. That's the Radcliffe camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you're looking at number 35.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. And this is.
Ooh, so we're like right like
yeah.
this.
This is Brazen's College.
Hey, what's that museum you wanted?
Well, the Pitt Natural History Museum. Looks like a...
Pitt's something or other. Remember you were reading about it in this? We're tourists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you knew that. What was the name of that?
Something about the Natural History Museum.
University Museum of Natural History. Where's that?
Yeah.
That is
Pitt's River Museum, right?
the University of Natural History. It's just if you go out of this square, you can go straight up the road, and it's on the right.
Oh.
It's a little bit like Dracula's house. You know?
All right. Hey, thank you very much. What, you have that running?
Yes, I do.
You bet.
Where is the King's Arm? This is so quaint in English.
Yeah, really, isn't it? They're cute. However, they are old buildings, and I'm not done with that.
I know what I'm most interested in.
This must be the E. We're heading for the T.
Hey, what do you get? What do you get?
What do you want?
Give me something good.
I was going to give you a tostada. Goat's cheese and asparagus.
No, we won't be having that.
I'm going to get that.
Okay, well, get me something.
Chicken and leek pie?
Maybe a sausage sandwich.
Where's that?
To serve with chips.
A baguette?
Jumbo sausage. I don't know what a baguette is.
Let's say like a big roll. I believe.
That's the baguette behind the counter, if you get me. Hey, keep the interview on camera. Where are you from?
We're from Australia, right here.
Really?
Oh, you're from Australia?
G'day, mate. Want to
Is
come
that
to a barbie?
You know just what to say.
It's the first time you've been here?
No, I used to live here in England. Emigrated to Australia. 23 years ago. Is it?
Seems to me that it is.
We don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That's a long fly, isn't it? From Australia. 20 hours in a plane. You go first class?
Well, no, it's food.
Yeah.
You just woke up and down the plane for 20 hours.
Oh, man. I think they called our number.
We were with the plebes.
The what? The plebes. Well, so were we. Plebes. I had 7 hours and it was excruciating.
We're 40. Dan wanted me to do this. Would you like it back? It's in mine.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
all you had was an adapter ring. There was no, I thought it was clear glass, so I stuck my finger in it.
Have you been telling passers-by this is Grandpa's house? Oh, someone has to clean up their clippings.
And I got the right change.
Roadkill.
One way possible.
Certainly the building is the best part of this museum.
Is that cast iron or something? Infrastructure?
Don't know.
Beautiful.
Why do you have the hiccup so much? Does this thing, I don't know how much this can get a close-up. I know that the subject matter has a lot to do with how it looks afterwards. And you can't hardly top this. Open up, I have a film running.
No, I don't think so.
Running commentary. Oxford students.
You've got to get some
What if that's how smart they are or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good question, man.
Nice. Never mind. I keep forgetting someone's going to be watching this.
Life is not a paragraph.
Life in Oxford. Ah, yes.
Oh, somebody flipped out. No, life is not a paragraph.
Life is not a paragraph. What's up with that? I'm not certain what I'm shooting.
Maybe you'd like a Budweiser.
No, I don't play that Budweiser game. John Smith and Old Peculiar. I think they named that after you, Dave.
Yeah. God, it's too dark in here. Really read the moon.
That's alright. She'll be able to tell you which bills to take. We know how currency confuses you. Well, that does look much tastier.
What'd you get?
$3.99, please.
Shooting product.
So how do you zoom back on this thing? Hey, what the?
You have anything to say for yourself?
Well, here's Dan in front of the lamb and flag. Let me. Wait a minute.
This is on the finest. Coconut flavored cotton. Fresh from the lamb and flag. At your grocery shelves today.
I shouldn't be zooming, right? Because that'll wear the battery down.
Yes, you're right, Dave. Did you get the passageway there, the lamb and flag passageway?
I don't know if I did or not.
Did you see that's where, what's her, J.R.R. Tolkien was sitting next to the fireplace in there?
No, I didn't notice. Is that right? Where we were sitting?
Yes.
Oh, look, and there's a bird. There's an English bird down there.
What is that idiot doing? This is a destination point for me. Hi, we're staying at.
Is this special?
I guess I gotta show you this before the batteries go out. The Bear, oldest bar in Oxford.
Wait, I'm afraid I'm too slow.
Your hamster.
What is this you're watching?
Hamster Oscar. Have a good birthday today.
I want to see Teletubbies.
He's going to tickle you all this morning and make you giggle. Can you hear him giggling? Yes, you can.
Come say hello to Aunt Michelle.
Behind Mr.
Liv.
Tickle Smile, you can see Jenna.
Look into the camera.
You don't get tickled too much this morning.
Say hello to Aunt
Have a
Michelle.
great first birthday. With love from Mummy and Dad.
Say hello.
Brother Andrew. And thanks to Auntie Claire for making the card.
Hello. Say hi.
Birthday, Jenna.
What are you, dumb? Deaf?
And should we knock on the door?
Ignorant?
Card down so we can knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. Should we see who's at home?
Liv.
Oh, it's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Liv, this is excellent footage.
Hannah, so should we have a look for a minute?
I hope you're on pause still there, man. There ain't nothing to film there. Oh my God, look over there. Sorry, just a minute.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's gone.
Sim, essa aí não dizer as chutes que eu faço. Tá, tchau.
That's nice of you.
Right, where are we going? Why don't you go first? I'll follow you. Where are we going?
See the cast. There's a cast there in a museum.
Oh, there
which
is.
I don't want to go into anymore because everybody who's come over from the States, I've gone into the castle, you know, so I can walk around someplace. But if you don't want to go in, you don't have to.
Well, why is the train station so far away from the downtown?
Well, that's just how it's situated. It's like within a lot of towns.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's
Yes.
not
Have
a
you
bad
eaten
looking.
on the train?
No, we didn't really have. We just had some chips. That's
Chips,
all. We were
I
thinking
didn't
of
know,
grabbing something.
You know,
but
what you want to
we
do.
didn't know what
or
you wanted to do.
Whether you want to just come home and meet Betty, my wife, and see where we live, or alternatively, we can go in the town somewhere for a drink, and I'll give her a tinkle because she doesn't enjoy the festival. She's a chronic asthma sufferer, and she's lost the sight of one eye, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
Which, when Pat and Arnold came over years ago, it hadn't happened. She had a sort of bad sighting in this eye. She went to the doctors and he said, oh, there's a slight hemorrhage behind the eye. Come and see me next week. And that went on for 5 weeks. And in the end, he had to send her to the eye clinic and it was a torn retina. Well, it was too late to do anything.
Which is where they should have gone in the first place,
Well,
right?
he should have sent her in the first place.
That's too
So,
bad.
of course, she gets a bit low now, you know. And
Because her asthma kicks up, or
oh yeah,
it
she
tough,
gets
only seen out of
she
one
gets
eye?
some very bad attacks of asthma, bilirubin.
Oh, okay.
Well, I lived in London, you see, and of course, as you no doubt know, I lost my mother and father in the London Blitz.
Yeah, I heard.
And then I came and lived with Mrs. Madden and the girls here in Colchester. And then, of course...
Were they pretty girls when they were younger?
Lovely. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were pretty.
Well, when did they move to Billericay then? Because that's the story I always heard.
They moved to Billericay, let's think now. They were there during the war because it was sort of Battle of Britain area, you know, all the aerial armadas were over Billericay in Essex, and they saw quite a lot of that.
Oh.
She's talking about visiting with Jackie and me.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
June, yeah.
Because she wondered if she was coming over this year.
Yes, she's, you know, it's, she says she's going, but it's not easy for her to get around either.
No, she's bad on her feet now, isn't she?
Yes,
Pat?
she is. She is. It's difficult to, this is a long trip. This is a difficult journey. The plane ride is excruciating.
Yes, I bet it is. How long are you over here for?
Just a week.
Oh, just a week. This is your first week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're heading back Friday.
I got in Thursday evening, and we picked Dan up at the airport Friday morning.
Yeah, see, he lives in Boston.
I see.
And another fellow was supposed to go with us, but he had to back out at the last minute because his mother-in-law passed away.
Oh dear. Yes, we've been to a funeral. We went to a funeral last week. An old friend. As the years go on, the funerals get more numerous.
Yes, they do.
So there we are. That's right.
Well, do you have any family over here?
Do I have any family? No, nobody.
Nobody?
No, my Betty's mother and father dead, and her sister, and
never had any
her
children?
husband. We never had any children. No.
So you don't have anyone left?
We've got nobody left over here. No, Pat.
Just Pat's your cousin, and that's...
Pat and Diana are our only family now.
Oh.
And of course,
well, you always have me.
Well, yeah. I was going to say the likes of you. Yes, your family.
Kind of distant, huh?
Yes.
Sort of. Between Michelle, Patty, Gail, or Michelle,
Pardon?
Patty, Louise, and Jackie.
Yes, Jackie, that's right.
And
yes,
they haven't been over in a while either, have they?
No. Because Arnold used to come over with Pat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Poor old Arnold.
Yeah,
he
was
used to
a
like
good
his
old
beer.
stick. Yes, he did.
God, he came over. Never seen a man drink like him, really.
Really?
He used to like his lagers, you know.
Is that what he drank? He didn't drink the cask conditioned ales. He drank the lagers.
Lager he used to like, yes.
Like Heineken or.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Because we've found it hard to stay out of the pubs ourselves.
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, you like the English beer,
I
do you?
do. I like it a lot.
Do you? Yeah.
I just like the whole pub atmosphere.
Atmosphere, yes. Oh, there's some nice
Every
pubs.
corner. There's one in every corner.
There is.
And they all look pretty much the same.
That's right.
They really do. They all look very similar.
Yes, there's some rather pretty pubs in this town.
Yes.
You know, ye old worldy sort of thing.
What's Colchester mostly known for? Businesses?
Well, where I used to work in a diesel engineering company here, Paxman's. They made diesel engines during the war for landing craft, and then after the war they made oil rig engines, boat engines, this, that and the other. And we had a staff of about 2,500, and unfortunately, like a lot of the engineering companies over here now, that's gone down, and there's only about 400. You know, business has dropped right down now. It's a marvel they even keep going. What else is it famed for? Well, it's supposed to be Britain's oldest town. It's famed for its roses. It's famed for its oysters.
That's right,
which
oysters.
They catch
I
along
read
the
that.
coast here.
I read that in the Michelin Guide.
Yes.
Oysters. That's
Did
right.
you? Oysters, that's right.
You eat the oysters here?
I don't like them myself. I've had them once, but they don't appeal to me. No thanks.
That's all right. You don't have to eat them. You just have to be proud of them.
Proud of them. That's right. Yes. So you're at Marlow now, are you?
Actually, we're closer to Maidenhead.
Oh, Maidenhead. Yes.
It's just near Reading, I guess. Maidenhead is the nearest train station.
Yes.
Waltham Saint Lawrence is the name of the tiny town. He's renting a house for a year. The company's paying for it.
I see.
How much did he say it was for rent a month?
I didn't hear.
Well,
very beautiful.
The houses round here, roughly, are about, because they're always more up there, are about 300 to 450, 500 pounds.
Well, I think this is 2,600 pounds a month.
Oh, well that's
it's beautiful, big house with a lot of land.
Yeah, of course. That's 2,600, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
That's very high.
Very high.
But
And
he doesn't have to pay.
You're next to a pub, I hear.
Yeah, right next. Well, not right immediately next, but it's within staggering distance.
Yes. I think you're a couple of boozers.
Not really. We just talk like it.
Yeah. Oh dear. This is known as Lexton, this area. We live just not too far away now.
I heard you're having trouble with your neighbors.
Yes, we've had some really bad luck because we're in a semi-detached house. You know, the two houses are joined.
Yeah.
And the last one moved out in the end of May, and he was one of these DIY maniacs, as we call them, you know, forever drilling and hammering and decorating and you name it. Weekends as well, you know, no peace on Sunday.
Oh.
And this one who's moved in, they're a younger couple with a boy of 11, and he's turning out to be just the same. So it's all stressful, which, you know, we don't want at our age.
All day?
I mean, I want peace and bloody quiet now.
Aren't they ever gone?
Pardon?
Are they ever gone? When's the quiet times?
Well, the quiet times, fortunately, are during the day. Okay. She's out to business all day, and he's a haulage contractor, and they come home about 6 o'clock in the evening. So that's a godsend in one way, but they're door bangers. You know, every time they go in and out of the back door, it's bang. Well, of course, in a semi-detached house, that rocks through our property as well, you know.
Yeah.
You're sitting quiet and you jump, you know.
Can't get used to that.
Pardon?
It's hard to get used to that.
It is. They say over here, there's 77% of the people suffer from bad neighbours.
77%.
Neighbourhood trouble, either loud music, late nights. This one next door, he doesn't go to bed till, him and his wife don't go to bed till past midnight, or he's roaming around the bloody garden at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, we go to bed about 10:30. like most, well, say most normal people do it. But I don't know. People today, I suppose it's the same in America. There's no respect today.
There doesn't
The
seem
world's
like it.
changed, hasn't it? I
Yes.
think, for the worst.
Yes.
Even though it was a terrible thing, the war, it was a happier place, this country, during the war. People were more considerate. Do you live in a detached house at home?
No, I have a nice house.
You have a, yeah, that's a detached.
Pardon?
That's a single family. That's a detached.
Single family detached. Yeah, it's a regular house. You know, it's like one
Yes.
of these. I have a bigger yard though.
Yes. This is called the straight road, if you ever,
The straight road.
what they call the straight road, Lexington. And where the third turning on the right, well this is the third, and we just turn down
Okay.
here a little way. If you decide to come over again.
If I ever drive.
If you
If I ever
drive,
get the nerve to
if
drive.
you get the nerve, yeah.
Your driving seems okay.
My wife doesn't think so.
Wait to meet Betty.
But 20 years ago, this was dead quiet, this road. Now it's very, very busy.
Oh well,
That's true everywhere.
This is ours with the round brick wall. You see, these
Number
are the,
14?
These are the troublesome neighbours. The house
So
over
you-
there.
was the fence always there?
Yeah, no, the predecessor put that up
Oh.
because he insisted that the hedge we had was his and it wasn't, it was ours. We had to spend hundreds of pounds on a surveyor. I planted a hedge when we moved into the house.
That's
There
her?
she is. And
That's my brother. My brother.
Hi.
David.
Mind if I record?
We're twins.
How do you do? How do you do?
step it, mind a step.
Okay.
Mind the step.
Yes, mind the steps.
What a lovely place you have.
Oh, I don't know about that. Needs a lot doing to it at the moment.
Oh, still, it's beautiful.
Stayed at the Rose and Crown, actually.
Is that in town?
Yes. And how are you? What,
Good, good. I'm Dan.
enjoying yourself?
Yeah, so far. It's strange because the people on the train, the only time they ever talk is when they're talking into a cell phone or telephone.
Right,
They're sitting there and the telephone rings and that's the only time you hear people's voices. People just sort of keep to themselves. They don't really talk to one another.
No, well, I don't think they do so much. Not as much as they do in the States, really.
No, they're sort of
No.
a private. I mean, they're friendly if you approach
yes,
them,
right,
but
right.
they're not big on small
No.
talk.
No. Where are you staying now?
We're staying at my brother's place.
In
Maidenhead.
Waltham Saint Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know where that
Yeah.
is? Wow. Okay, 'cause
Well,
it's a small
I
little
know where
town.
it is. I've heard of it. You know,
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
actually been there.
Yeah, I flew over Thursday night,
Yeah.
Thursday evening. I flew during the day, which apparently is very unusual.
I see.
People kept expressing surprise that I was flying during the day. Most people
Are they?
fly overnight.
Night, yes.
That's what he did. He got off the plane and the
Right.
next morning we went to Heathrow, my brother and I, who were
Yes.
visiting to pick him up. We went to the wrong terminal, the port I had
Did
to
you?
wait for
Yes, it's not
about
never
2
place to
hours.
fly.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Isn't it?
what an
We didn't know we forgot to find out what airline he was flying on and what flight he had, so
Oh.
we just knew what time.
He's on Bluebird. Street's very busy outside their house. What a lovely backyard they have.
It's down now.
Oh, that used to be the post office?
That used to be the post. They've moved further down the road
Oh, I
to
see.
new buildings.
At Head Street. The Head Street Post Office.
This is called, yes, Head Street Post Office. She'll remember that because she used to come up here, of course, shopping with Mrs. Madden, her mother, and
Like it's a
Diana.
Navy and Army store.
Well, Billericay must be very small.
Billericay is very small, yes, that's
But it hasn't changed all through
It
the
has-
years. It's very pretty.
very pretty.
We'll have
In
to
the
stop
city.
there on the way back.
Yeah, we ought to get some video there.
But the
But
better,
why don't you wait till you come over next year?
Yeah, we probably will.
Because it'd be better then, because
Yes.
this time of year it's all dismal.
dismal and
So the best time is in June, huh?
Yeah.
oh, that's the time to come over really for a holiday.
That's when the
Well,
flowers are in full
You all
bloom.
come over. Beverly and Vic came over last year, and I mean that was wet and windy. Oh, it's good.
Well, yesterday was gorgeous.
Yeah, we've had very good luck with the weather actually, but not all the flowers are out, so it's
No.
probably much prettier in the
I
middle
mean,
of
the
the summer.
town, all the flower baskets have all gone. You see, look, they're all
Yeah.
finished up there.
Now look at that clown. He was in the left lane and he cut right across in front of this car.
So they have bad drivers in England as
One-way
well.
streets.
Yes.
These one-way streets confusing.
This is our high street, which you can see is being renovated. I think for about the fourth time. It's cost this council millions.
You better get it right too this time.
Yeah.
Oh my.
They've narrowed the road so there's only one-way traffic instead of two-way traffic down. They've widened the pavement so there's more room for pedestrians. And this has cost so far, I think, about £3.25 million.
Wow.
And they still haven't finished it.
They'll never finish it, and it will never be any good.
This is our town hall on your left. Quite a striking
Oh yeah, that's
building.
beautiful.
Yes, do you like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Well, when you come up, that's the red line.
That pub on the
Oh,
right.
that looks old.
That's nice. And
We've
but
passed
the
several.
better quality place is the one on the left here, the George Hotel. If you want to stay somewhere with a fun. It isn't cheap, but I'm afraid no places are cheap today out here.
No?
Ironmonger. Wow, that's old. The castle.
Oh, look, there's some school children.
Get a
Aren't
picture.
they
This
cute?
is the castle.
I don't get the. What's the castle?
Remember the castle? Remember in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? They said they were talking about the location of the castle.
No,
Like he was killed when he was chiseling the name of the castle.
I don't remember.
But wait, why would he have chiseled Arg?
He was
It was
just killed.
still- it was toward the end of the movie.
It's the castle well. That's all we'll see in this castle. It costs money to get in.
Deep that is.
A lot of money down there, Dave. All we'd have to do would be to lift up that grating.
Look at the bomb shelter that's down there. Must be another story on it, isn't it?
Britain's oldest recorded town.
On the shore. As low as 1750. Although they don't say that here.
This isn't up to the panache as the George. Are you in repose? Hmm?
What are you pointing at?
The wagons and horses. This is where Pat and David here used to meet for a drink.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Pat
Joe.
and who?
This gentleman we're with, Dave.
God, isn't that something they left it there? That is really amazing.
St. Botolph's.
Can I have a spoon?
Yes, you may. Mulan. I'm gonna start calling you Mulan. There's more spaghetti. There's more spaghetti you can eat.
Ooh, I like spaghetti.
How'd you get that to
No,
work?
I can learn this.
Is that biscotti?
No, it's not cornflakes for her.
She had some spaghetti earlier.
How come you didn't give us a number? AAA executive service.
Well, 'cause it just required a split decision whether I was
What's
gonna be
that?
able to drive out and get you.
That's it.
And I decided.
What is
It's
it?
not gonna work.
The scrunchie.
What? Well, you don't have to do that. Just pile them up over there.
It looks like this.
No, I usually.
Cable here is most unusual. Mostly foreign channels.
What'd you ask me? I was all right.
Yeah.
What in God's name are you doing?
This is an example of the television that's being offered in this house. Mostly German channels. All satellite dish, isn't it? This is the lamest show on television.
Then you can't hit the target 30 or 40% of the time. You can't just
Everything's done by satellite.
that the incoming missile most of the time. Because even a single carry.
Hello, want a low-cost loan at your convenience? Whatever you want 800 to 15,000 pounds for, call Lombard Direct on 0800 15,000.
They're like 20, I think.
And it's just radio?
Mm-hmm.
Within my path there, I found a jewel and invested.
91230. Oh, contact.
Murder.
Malaysia.
How do you know? Where's it say?
Denso, the radiator was.
Wow, it is in Malaysia. The Proton Persona.
Torpedo.
Well, I think that's
By
just your pet
Bergie
name for it.
Paints.
Well, isn't the pet name more than
SDSON
real name?
8HD. Hessen Blue.
What's the name of this church? Did you hear that?
She fell asleep and I thought she was dead.
I think that's a different kind of sleep.
You know, they could have woken her up before they buried her.
You know, yesterday I think
Each family has their own cushion.
Hey, look, there's one since Evans. What's wrong with this guy? Yeah, he waited.
He's a little kid, that's all. He was way back. What is that? What's that fruit cake? Look at all those posters. Oh no! It was a Great Eastern.
You know, that noise sort of does disturb this quaint little village, doesn't it? Let these trains go by, that church about rumbles.
Yeah, especially the high-speed ones.
Man, oh man, those are frightening, aren't they? Those things fly.
They don't slow down at the station.
Village of Wargrave. God, is that cute?
Wow. David, did you bring your camera?
He doesn't have a camera.
Church?
That's right next door to their house, too. Can you believe it? Interesting little store. Very quiet in here. 55 pounds. Hmm, 195 pounds. Fallacy Deco. Here there, what's that? Did you just hiccup? Have you already
note that over there?
Have you already made opening call? Opening time?
And the wishful drink, like, beer.
Is that Homer?
That's Homer. For that, I should take a picture of that. I don't know.
That's an MG?
That's an MG.
Damn.
Looks brand new. Look, you see the
Looks
back.
like a Miata. I'm so afraid I'll get hit by a car. After my near miss. Oh wait, did I say that on tape? What's the name of that hostel?
The Woodcliff Hostel. It's actually the library.
Oh.
But there's a sun, see up on the top near the 2 dormer windows. There's a sundial. It's really cool. Bitterness, sincerity, don't stand a chance.
Look, Michelle must have drove this.
Over there. Plaque on it.
Michelle must be here. She must have driven this car.
Why, is that yours? You got a single VW?
No, she's got one tire up on the curb.
Now, quickly.
Volvo. Rover. Downtown Cookham. What song is that?
Creature of the night. Creatures of the night. Creatures of the night.
The 2 Roses? Barnside Motors, Dave.
Why are you recording that?
It's a used car sales. Italian restaurant. This guy may be there for a while. People aren't inclined to give way here. The Peugeot 205 GT
ones are less good than the
They make them? What do you suppose it is?
Can you read it?
No.
Where are we going?
Let's go back to the
Oh, there's a copy of The Last Supper.
The other one is on tour in America.
Which one's the public football?
Looks like you go that way along the Thames.
Who wants to be buried here?
To the Thames. You walk to the churchyard and get to the Thames River.
This is Cookham. Well, there it is. Escort convertible.
You don't think that's just that's a vinyl roof?
We left that camera here.
Kathy left it here?
Yeah.
Does that mean she lost it?
Yeah, and he will come out film with and he go, can get that camera and he was a long way.
This was Aunt Peg's.
You know what? We're gonna miss him today.
That was on camera. Mommy, is that on camera?
You gotta go, Ben. What's up with that? Holding up traffic.
Can I get it developed?
Ben, look! Aren't you the cutest little thing in your outfit? Aren't you the dancingest boy?
They probably weren't, just because of the nature of the place.
You know, it is too bad about my trousers.
Where's it?
Too bad for your trousers. To come off a part of the trousers.
Did you show Mommy my trousers?
What happened? Did the stains come off?
No.
They were in the dryer. Were those David's?
Those are mine, yeah. Thank you very much for
I
that.
didn't realize we did load and board. Oh, you did your own. You put your own clothes in, didn't you, David?
Well, you dried them.
Yeah, I thought they were Dan's, and I looked in the washer. I was going to put another load in there, all these other pants.
My trousers have a hole in them.
How do you have a hole?
Oh, look.
Oh.
Can you poke your finger in it, Olivia? Poke your finger in. See if you can poke your finger in.
Can you poke your finger in?
Make the
It's
hole
too
bigger.
big. See, my fingers are too big to put in there.
Yeah, your fingers are too big.
Yeah, see, I can't. My finger can't fit in there. How it's too big. See, I can't fit in this one. This one just fit in here. That one's too little. Whoa.
The whole part of
Uncle Dad.
Uncle David had to get his camera. I'm Uncle Dan. Well, that's all right. You sure look snappy in that nice briefcase.
The sun's shining right in my eyes.
What did they have? Was yesterday yo-yo day or what?
No, it's just a real craze. There's a yo-yo craze going on. It's going big at the school. Big at the yo-yo.
I thought maybe they had those visitors that came and put on their little display.
No, yo-yos are cycled in again. They're real big.
Really?
And then conkers. You see the kids playing with the conkers on the strings?
What are those?
Those are the horse chestnuts. They put them on strings.
Oh, yeah. Horse
Some
chestnuts.
kind of conker
Where's that?
Yo-yos are back in today.
So they're allowed to bring them to school. They banned them. They really banned the yo-yos from well, I don't know about Christopher. You just one McKay or something.
Some of these kids are pretty good.
They're quite British.
Don't you think so?
I don't know. Are all British schools like
Well,
this?
does this look like an American school?
Yeah, well, it's
uniforms?
Catholic. Looks like a Catholic school.
They wear uniforms like this?
Where's Ben?
Except for the
He's
jacket.
right behind you, isn't he? No. Yeah, he's in those bushes.
Oh, it's getting dirty already before school even starts.
Where's Ben?
case is that right there? That's not Benny?
It's
not Benny.
Some of them
line up by grade.
Some of them are less than punctual. Yeah.
Are you allowed to do this? It's like this is a spectator sport?
Right, if you do not have your cap on your head without speaking to your not saying, yeah. Without speaking to your
A lot of kids have, no, I don't know, not yesterday, okay.
Are they gonna get a spanking?
I don't know. I guess they're gonna get a lecture. Thank God he had his cap today.
Hey, don't you wish you could stay at this school?
Wow, I was so glad.
My kids are the same. My kids like school.
Man, we never liked school, did we?
This kid's late. He's getting a spanking. Unbelievable.
First month we were here, and then you
But
just
there's only one Proton Persona in this parking lot.
see what's better, to have an expensive car like everyone else's, or
An
an
unusual.
expensive, unique car.
That's right.
Personally, I'd rather have the expensive car like everyone else. But you don't always get what you want in life.
No, you don't.
Look, you don't see many of these shooting brakes, do you?
No, you don't.
Shooting brakes.
That's the slang for English slang for station wagon. I was told.
Shooting brakes? Oh.
Well, I just blew that shot.
How many birdies are there?
Two.
Two?
More than two. Oh, there goes one.
He woke up.
That one just woke up. That one didn't.
Hey, I don't think those flowers are.
He's asleep. He is asleep. He's going to wake up. You're missing.
Find showing the next train for us.
That
Where is it?
There's a battery waster if I ever
No,
heard
it
it.
isn't. That's one of those little details you want to remember.
Where? Oh,
It shows you, gives you the real flavor. See it? Can you read it?
I
from
can't
there?
see it.
Walk down then. See it?
No, forget it.
Hey! Tyler and the Kentish rebels summarily executed the Lord Chancellor and others outside the tower. This royal residence was established by William I primarily to deter Londoners from revolt. Additionally, its vantage point beside the river gave immediate sighting of any hostile force approaching up the Thames. It says the first fortress of wood, 1067, was replaced by a stone building, 1077 to 97, within the Roman city wall, of which a piece still stands.
Here we are outside the Tower of London. There's some homely looking tourists. Tower Bridge, Thames, Tower of London, playground for the prisoners, the Tower of London. That's the true Tower Bridge experience. Put it right at Cedar Point.
Look at these oddly colored bridge decking. Bridge, what is that?
Yeah, with the weirdo looking gargoyles and stuff. Focus, focus.
City of London from the Tower Bridge.
City of London from the Tower Bridge. Is this the city of brotherly love?
No, that's Philadelphia.
What's this?
This is London.
London?
I think its old name is Londinium.
Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love. What's this?
To Australia, and then there's the Captain Kidd, and he was a famous river pirate who spent his time pillaging the ships of their cargo up and down the Thames. And he was caught in the tavern that is now named after him, and he was taken from there to the gallows on the Thames Wall where he was hung. Those gallows are still there today on the Thames Wall, and they can be seen if you take the pleasure cruise from Greenwich Pier. They don't actually go up the Thames, but if you look to your left now, in about 3 or 4 seconds you'll see a lock, and that lock is the start of the Grand Junior Canal. These waterways still link up to Regent's Park in London, as well as the old industrial waterways of Manchester, Wales and the Midlands. It's where the coal would be brought down on the narrow boats for use on the dock in the dockside cranes. Look left again from the front end of the train and you'll see another white stone church, and that's called St Ansett Limehouse, which was built in 1724. Now if you see it from here, you wouldn't think it, but that is actually the highest church clock face in London, and it was built that way so that sailors...
No, we're not in the African jungle. This is the head of hair. When there's snow on the roof, that means there's fire in the furnace. The romantic name.
It's like awesome.
Construction.
Please be prepared to move the rest of the bang your head carefully. Why don't you hold on to something?
Really? I didn't. I think I had more respect for Henry, for Hank. Hank the
Oh, look,
Eighth.
that's where you come out of the footbridge. See over there by the... See him coming off?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's where you come out?
Yep. I think so.
Right by that old shipman.
Look, there's a bricklayer, authentic London bricklayer.
She said, oh well, perhaps, you know, that's...
Are you an authentic bricklayer?
Yeah, I am.
How much did you give me? Oh. Wow, out the tunnel, and this is what we see. Where are we now, Dave? Where are we now?
Durnford Street.
We're in Greenwich.
Oh, Durnford Street. Moving again.
It's a fish and chips place there.
What are you doing?
I'm taping the scene.
Let's go. What, you want to go to the National Maritime Museum?
Oh, whatever you want to do, Dave. You're the man. The view from the Royal Observatory. That's the National Maritime Museum. The Royal Chainsaw operating down there, chipping up the branches from the
I
trees.
think that's it. Does that look like it's under construction over there? I think that's.
What do you call that?
Millennium Dome. It's costing millions and millions of pounds. And there's been a big thing in the news about it because they have one section which is supposed to be the spiritual section. There was no money to pay for it. And a couple of very, very wealthy Hindu brothers have ponied up 60 million pounds to pay for the spiritual section.
To finish the project.
Finish it, yeah.
Well, we're going to go into the Royal Observatory.
Did you get that down there, whatever that is?
Whatever that is, I got it. I think that's a museum.
Go and walk up there. Get this man Wolfe, my mother's name, James Wolfe. It's a 1727 to 17 something. About the time our relatives came over to the United States.
We can tell when we're here.
But in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Wait a minute. All right, start now.
Okay, here's Dan Streb, the left foot in the Western Hemisphere, the east foot in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Hey, quit running around the hemispheres.
Oh, look, we can see.
What a view from up here at the Royal Observatory.
I want to try this one. I'll guarantee. See all the kids? That's really good.
Of course, I missed every section of it.